With our breaking news coverage of Typhoon Haiyan, the storm, possibly the strongest on record ever anywhere, is churning toward Vietnam right now after causing widespread devastation in the Philippines, with the most severe damage in Tacloban. Powered by winds topping 300 kilometers an hour, we're talking sustained winds here, Haiyan flooded coastal communities and plowed down thousands of structures, leaving hundreds of thousands of people displaced, many dead as well. The Philippines Red Cross predicts the death toll will climb above 1,200. Meantime, survivors are struggling to find food and water. Many communities have been cut off entirely, making efforts to reach survivors difficult. Now, for more on the humanitarian situation, Orla Fagan joins me now on the phone from Manila. She's with the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Thank you, Orla Fagan, for joining us. One UN team member, and this is in one of your press releases, Orla, Sebastian Rhodes Stampa, said, the last time I saw something of this scale was in the aftermath of the Indian Ocean tsunami, and we know that this death and destruction that left behind. Can you describe what UN workers are saying about the hardest hit areas?
They're saying that there's absolute devastation. The roads are blocked. When the team arrived in Tacloban yesterday, they couldn't make it from the airport into the town hall. So the government provided, or who we're working with, the government provided a helicopter for them to get there. The roads are just covered in debris. There's no food, there's no water, there's no electricity. People are dazed, they're traumatized, and we need to get in and get moving in providing the relief that they need.
And I understand also that because of the debris and the destruction, the roads between the airport and the town are blocked, which means, first of all, when is your assessment as to when these roads might be cleared to allow humanitarian assistance in? And does this mean the only help you can bring people right now is by air?
It is. The government has provided helicopters, and they have brought in food. In Tacloban yesterday, they brought in 6,200 food packs, and that will feed 5 families for 3 days. So hopefully by the time that they're doing another food drop, and they will continue to do them to the families who are affected, that we can begin getting people in to have the roads cleared so that aid can indeed come in. Transport will be one of the biggest issues in this response, and getting the humanitarian workers to where they're needed, especially as well in the west of the Visayas and the islands that were hit, because there's been very little information so far from the western part of the country, and that is very concerning.
And so we're not able to make an accurate assessment right now, is that correct? Because the death toll preliminary is 1,200 people who've tragically lost their lives, but it could be much higher.
Yeah, it is, we have no idea until we gain access and until we get people on the ground to literally document this and witness this. We have absolutely, anything at the moment is speculation on what the death toll is. So we're following the government lines on this. The United Nations are working alongside the government and following government lines on this. This probably won't be known for a number of weeks. But even in this initial stage, when we haven't been there, we can't make any estimates on what we don't know.
Right. So right now in Tacloban, are there any of the UN disaster coordination workers able to provide an assessment at all?
They're going to start this morning. The team has split up. They have set up 2 centres, and they will work from those 2 centres. Again, working alongside, I can't emphasise this enough, because it is the government who are taking the lead in this disaster response. And they'll begin then this morning. They arrived yesterday around 11 in the morning, and they begin this morning then on starting and laying the groundwork to get this assessment done. So it looks like absolutely everything is required at this stage. You know, the 4 airports are closed down. The government have requested lighting for the airports so that they can bring in the relief 24/7, because that's what's required. The airports, the the airport in Tacloban is the tower is down, so there's no commercial flights, and there's no commercial flights coming in or out of the other 4 areas where there are airports.
They're, as we were saying, they're impossible to make an assessment right now, but what is certain is that people need help. They need it as quickly as possible. And also talk to us about the longer term issues here, because it's not just food and water in the next 3 days. This is going to be about helping communities get through this for months, if not years.
It will certainly take months. This is not a short-term thing. It's not a quick fix. This will need rebuilding to start off with. You know, the people have lost homes. Infrastructure is gone. There are probably bridges gone. There are roads gone. So this will be starting from scratch. And I have to say that, you know, when it came to last year's major typhoon as well, Typhoon Bofa, you know, the government have a policy here that they want to build back better. And I have no reason to believe that they won't want to do that here again. That, you know, whatever the people have, and they're vulnerable groups of people, we want to be able to provide them with something better when we come back to them.
Well, let's hope for the best. We still can't make an assessment, but the death toll stays as low as possible, and that these people, so unfortunate, get the help that they need at this stage. Orla Fagan, thanks very much there from the United Nations Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining us there on this special half hour. I'm Hala Garani in Atlanta. I'll be with you at the top of the next hour, so do stay tuned for that, and stay with CNN. Going Green is next. I'll have your headlines after break.